Environmental factors of war. The natural battlefield in the Appalachian region and beyond. Introduction. Warfare is not fought solely against human adversaries. The environment itself can become a powerful force, either an asset or an enemy. In the Appalachian Mountains, as well as across the diverse terrain of North America, natural elements shape strategy, movement, morale, and survival. From relentless weather patterns to predatory wildlife and challenging terrain, understanding environmental factors is essential for any force, military or irregular, operating on U.S. soil. Terrain as tactical advantage and obstacle. The Appalachian landscape. The Appalachian Mountains are characterized by dense forests that provide concealment and ambush opportunities, rolling hills, ridgelines, and hollows that affect line of sight, radio communications and movement, rugged trails and limited road access, which hinder vehicle movement and supply lines, especially under combat stress. Strategic implications. Difficult terrain limits the effectiveness of heavy mechanized units, favorable for guerrilla warfare, surveillance operations, and sniping positions. Forces unfamiliar with the region are vulnerable to ambushes and logistical failure. Other U.S. terrains. Western deserts challenge forces with heat, dehydration, and open visibility. Northern forests and tundra introduce extreme cold, ice hazards, and mobility constraints. Southern swamps and bayous offer concealment but complicate movement, carry disease, and limit visibility. Weather as a force multiplier. Appalachian weather factors. The Appalachians experience four-season extremes. Winter snow and ice storms reduce mobility and risk frostbite hypothermia. Spring floods and landslides isolate units and destroy infrastructure. Summer thunderstorms can disable electronics, increase flash flood risk, and cause heat injuries. Fall fog and wind degrade visibility and complicate aerial surveillance. Combat consequences. Sudden weather shifts can delay operations or mask troop movements. Rain and humidity degrade optics, electronics, and ammunition. Long-term exposure increases risk of trench foot, illness, and morale collapse. Weather warfare examples. In Korea and Vietnam, weather stalled offensives and drowned logistics. In the Appalachians, ice storms can render roads useless and force foot patrols. Weather prediction and adaptation are key to tactical supremacy. Flora and fauna, friend, foe, and fuel. Dangerous wildlife. In a collapse or conflict scenario, wildlife becomes both a threat and a resource. Black bears, feral hogs, and mountain lions pose ambush or scavenging dangers, especially near human remains or food stores. Venomous snakes such as copperheads and rattlesnakes threaten hidden positions, especially during spring and summer. Ticks, mosquitoes, and fleas carry diseases like Lyme, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and tularemia, silent killers without proper prevention. Impacts on combatants. Patrol movement slowed by animal avoidance or attack. Night operations complicated by predatory or reactive species. Forced adaptation to nocturnal behaviors or sterile camp, routines to avoid attracting animals. Tactical use of nature. Edible and medicinal plants such as yarrow, pine, cattail, and dandelion offer survival value. Dense underbrush can be used for trap setting, decoys, or cover. Natural water sources are double-edged, essential for survival but common ambush zones. Environmental hazards to morale and sustainment. Disease and sanitation. Improper latrine setup or corpse disposal leads to cholera, dysentery, or typhus outbreaks. Appalachian humidity fosters mold growth, compromising equipment and food storage. Heat and cold injuries increase with exhaustion and poor gear, especially in militia-style or civilian groups. Isolation and psychological strain. Dense woods and poor communications increase isolation. Stress and the woods madness effect. Units unfamiliar with land navigation risk disorientation and accidental friendly fire. Harsh environments demand higher energy, calories, and water, supplies often lacking in irregular warfare. Modern technology versus nature. Limitations of high-tech systems. GPS and drone navigation are degraded under thick canopy. IR and thermal scopes can be deceived by reflective foliage. weather effects, or natural camouflage. Battery-operated systems lose reliability in cold or wet conditions. Countermeasures, terrain familiarity, becomes more valuable than digital mapping. Hand signals, whistle codes, and visual markers supplement degraded comms. Analog techniques like compass navigation, star tracking, and terrain association remain critical. VI, historical and contemporary lessons. Revolutionary War and Civil War fighters used Appalachia for guerrilla resistance and smuggling. Vietnam and Afghanistan show that natural terrain favors defenders and insurgents. Modern preppers and militias recognize the importance of terrain dominance and environmental training. Conclusion: mastering the environmental battlefield. Victory isn't just a matter of firepower. In the Appalachian region and beyond, the environment is an ever-present force that shapes every decision. Weather, terrain, and wildlife don't pick sides, but they reward the prepared and punish the careless. In irregular warfare, militia defense, or national resistance scenarios, deep knowledge of the land can tilt the scales. Whether hiding from drones in thick laurel, blasting a storm in a rock overhang, or fighting trench foot instead of enemy bullets, war in North America demands harmony with nature as much as opposition to an invader. Prepare for the terrain, respect the weather, know the animals, win the natural war before you fight the human one.
Oh shit. Oh. I know I got